Episode 53, The Call to Harmony. Canterlot. Shadow continues his transformation. Oh man, what is going on?
I'm not sure, Sonic. I've never seen this transformation from Shadow before.
I believe Shadow is transforming into his dark form. I never knew Shadow was capable of this. That's because Shadow is changing, Sonic. His heart isn't as dark as it once was. His love for Twilight is fueling his rage. Feeling love is what fuels our dark forms. Seeing Twilight kiss King Sombra and learning of their marriage has broken Shadow's heart, thus turning all the emotions of love that he has into pure hatred and power. Can he beat King Sombra? It's too early to tell, Sonic. Our dark forms use up our energy very quickly. Shadow will have about 5 minutes to defeat King Sombra before he transforms back to his normal state. King Sombra should be able to hold his super form longer than Shadow can hold his dark form. It's imperative that Shadow finishes him quickly.
So are you saying Shadow is going to have more power than King Sombra does, even with Sombra absorbing 4 Chaos Emeralds?
Yes. However, King Sombra will be able to absorb a great deal of punishment thanks to those Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, and judging from what I know about my own dark form, Shadow should be twice as arrogant, violent, and reckless. Should we help him? No, it's just as you said, our dark forms make us arrogant and reckless. It also takes away our ability of empathy. If we help Shadow, he could very easily kill us by accident, and not even care that he did it while in this form. All we can do now is hope that Shadow turns this rage into passionate hatred for King Sombra and that he kills him quickly. The X-Tornado. Chris waking up. Tails! Tails, are you alright? Yeah, I'm glad to see you're okay. Are you hurt, Chris? No, I should be okay. How about you? I don't think anything is broken, and I'm not in pain anywhere, so I guess I'm okay too. Fluttershy arrives. Tail opens up the cockpit windshield to allow Fluttershy to enter.
Oh, Tails, you're alright. I was so scared that I had lost you.
Yeah, Chris and I are fine. Oh man, I can't believe the X-Tornado was shot down with me piloting it.
Well, at least you're both alive right now.
I'm gonna step out and check out how bad the damage is. Here, I'll come with you just in case. Tails and Chris step out of the X-Tornado. It doesn't look too bad. If we find the other half of the wing, we should be able to repair it. Do you think we could still use BattleBot mode? Probably not. The X-Tornado's computer was damaged from the crash, and unfortunately Equestria doesn't have the technology to repair it. I don't think the X-Tornado will ever fly again. That's not good, Tails. I needed the X-Tornado for my career.
Given the circumstances we're currently facing, your career is the least of your problems.
She's right, Chris. We have to survive this fight first, otherwise your career with Rarity doesn't matter much anyway. I see your point. Maybe Sonic was right. Maybe you and I were better off not getting involved in this battle. I really thought the X-Tornado could stand up to the Sombran army and make a difference, but I underestimated just how powerful pony magic can be. We've all made that mistake, Chris. Even Sonic. Meanwhile, Shadow has finished his transformation. Princess Celestia and Princess Luna look at each other awestruck at Shadow's dark form. My sister, can you sense what I am sensing? Shadow's power has exploded, and yet he didn't absorb a Chaos Emerald. Man, I'd hate to be King Sombra right now.
Tell me about it. I just hope Shadow's arrogance doesn't cost him.
Yeah, I know how arrogant I become when I've transformed into my dark form. Shadow is naturally arrogant. This may actually hurt our chances if Shadow decides to toy with King Sombra.
This pathetic transformation won't be enough to ensure you a victory.
Shadow disappears, reappearing in front of King Sombra. As he does so, he punches King Sombra on the left side of the chin, sending blood and King Sombra flying into the air. King Sombra moaning in pain as he's soaring through the air. Shadow teleports and cuts off King Sombra's course and smashes him in the head towards the ground. A large boom rings out from Shadow's attack, followed by another large boom as King Sombra hits the ground. Shadow holds out his right hand as an energy ball begins to form. Shadow begins to laugh arrogantly.
What's he doing? He's going to destroy us all.
Silver flies up to Shadow. Silver, wait! Sonic was too late. Silver was already close enough to Shadow. Shadow, you need to think more clearly. What's good is killing King Sombra when we're all dead?
I suggest you stay out of my way, Silver.
Shadow's energy ball gets even larger as Shadow continues to feed more energy into the ball. Silver absorbs his Chaos Emerald and transforms into Super Silver. Silver decides to fly into Shadow's blast path. Silver! Get out of Shadow's blast path! Shadow's energy ball grows to an immense size, enough to destroy the planet.
Sonic, that ball of energy is large enough to wipe out the entire planet. If we have to stop Shadow.
I know. Silver, you won't be able to stop that blast. Get out of there now.
I have to try, Sonic. So be it, Silver. I told you stay out of my way. Time to die, Sombra. Chaos Blast!
Sonic very quickly absorbs the Chaos Emerald he was holding and transforms into Supersonic. Sonic quickly flies into the air and grabs Silver just a fraction of a second before the blast would have hit Silver. Sonic stops flying as he watches Shadow's blast with Silver.
Sonic, you fool! You should have allowed that blast to hit me. It would have saved Equestria.
Dark Shadow's Chaos Blast continues to hurl towards the ground where Super King Sombra is. The Chaos Blast suddenly stops just before hitting the ground. Ah, that's impossible! Even with 4 Chaos Emeralds, King Sombra shouldn't have been able to stop that. How was King Sombra able to do that? Dark Shadow's Chaos Blast is sent back at him as King Sombra uses his telekinetic magic to hurl it back at Shadow. Silver, we need to blast that ball out of the sky now! Silver nods. Sonic and Silver both send energy blasts to intercept Dark Shadow's Chaos Blast from hitting him. Sonic and Silver were successful as the Chaos Blast explodes in midair, sending smaller balls of energy in every direction. Super King Sombra quickly flies up and punches Dark Shadow in the face, sending him flying across the sky. Dark Shadow quickly recovers and flies directly at King Sombra, punching him in the abdomen. Dark Shadow kicks a stunned Super King Sombra across the sky. As Dark Shadow is flying in, Super King Sombra uses his unicorn horn to blast Shadow. The beam hits Shadow. Shadow is sent plummeting towards the ground. As Dark Shadow is plummeting, he spots King Sombra flying at him. Just as Super King Sombra is about to punch Dark Shadow teleports and blasts King Sombra in the face with an energy blast. Dark Shadow teleports again, cutting off King Sombra's trajectory with a kick to the head. Super King Sombra is sent flying further up into the air. Shadow quickly flies up after him. When Shadow catches up, he places his hand onto King Sombra's back and sends an energy ball towards the ground. Both the energy blast and King Sombra hit the ground at the same time.
What is Shadow doing?
He's toying with him. Shadow, finish King Sombra now before you run out of power! Dark Shadow gently lands on the ground near Supersonic, Super Silver, and Knuckles.
I'll finish Sombra when I feel like it, Sonic. I want to relish every ounce of pain I inflict upon him. So like I told Silva, just stay the hell out of my way.
Shadow, please listen to me. I know from experience the strain this transformation puts on your body. Your body will only be able to hold the swarm for a couple of more minutes. You must finish him now. Sonic's right, Shadow. You've already used half of your power. Stop playing around and defeat King Sombra. Dark Shadow gives a deviant smile, then rockets towards Super King Sombra. Super King Sombra's unicorn horn begins glowing.
Oh, foolish Hedgehog!
Super King Samba blasts Shadow with an energy blast. Dark Shadow is stunned and quickly catches a punch from King Sombra in the abdomen. Dark Shadow spits up blood. Ugh! Super King Sombra flies into the air with Dark Shadow still being hunched over his hoof. Dark Shadow gets smashed in the back of the head and hits the ground. Supersonic and Super Silver fly up and begin attacking Super King Sombra. Meanwhile,
Twilight, please! Can't you see that King Sombra is using you?
listen to Dash, darling. We're your friends and we love you. You think that matters to me? I am mere moments away from ruling all of Equestria with my husband, the great King Sombra. And honestly, I couldn't wait any longer for this fight. I couldn't wait to destroy all of my so-called friends. The Princess of Friendship is dead, and soon so too will be all her friends.
Leave the rest of the girls out of this, Twilight. Clearly, I'm the pony you really want to fight.
Dash, you can't possibly be Twilight alone. It's going to take all of us, and even then, I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
I'm sorry, AJ, but I'm fighting Twilight alone. I'm the only one on our team who can fly and is powerful enough to compete with Twilight's magic. You girls don't have wings and aren't capable of flying. Twilight would have the advantage over the rest of you, and you wouldn't stand a chance against her magic.
And you do?
Luckily for me, I have speed on my side. Queen Twilight over there is going to have a hard time hitting this pony with her magic.
We'll just see about that, Rainbow Dash. In the end, you're all going to share the same fate anyways. Every member of the Harnesses of Harmony will die at my hooves today. But if you want to be first, Dashy, I'll be more than happy to grant your request. Rainbow Dash becomes enraged and flies directly at Queen Twilight Sparkle and misses with the punch. Queen Twilight takes off in flight. Rainbow Dash flies up after her. So much for being the fastest pony in Equestria.
I don't understand how you could forget everything we ever went through together. Our team is a family, Twilight. I swear on my life, I'm going to do everything I can to save you.
I'd worry about saving yourself. Queen Twilight Sparkle fires an energy beam from her unicorn horn. Rainbow Dash quickly dodges it and flies straight at Queen Twilight. Queen Twilight disappears just before Rainbow Dash throws a punch. Queen Twilight reappears behind Rainbow Dash. Queen Twilight's hoof connects with a mean hook to Rainbow Dash's jaw. Blood flies from Rainbow Dash's mouth. Rainbow Dash quickly recovers as she dodges a stab attempt from Queen Twilight. Dash counters by smashing Queen Twilight Sparkle in the head and the back with her two front hooves. Ah! Queen Twilight Sparkle begins to plummet but regains control and decides to once again teleport behind Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash anticipates this move and catches Queen Twilight with the kick as she reappears. Queen Twilight is sent hurling through the air. Rainbow Dash flies after her. Queen Twilight begins firing multiple energy blasts at Rainbow Dash. She dodges all of them. Rainbow Dash lands a kick to Queen Twilight's head. Queen Twilight angrily teleports back down to the ground. Queen Twilight, with a devious smile on her face, flies straight at Applejack and knocks her unconscious with a punch to her temple. That's one element of harmony down.
Twilight, how? How could you do this to us? We're family.
Pinkie Pie breaks down crying. Queen Twilight begins charging up her horn.
Oh, Twilight! Pinkie Pie, run!
No, Pinkie! Manic running over in an attempt to save Pinkie Pie. The party's over for you, Pinkie Pie. Just as Queen Twilight fires the blast, Rainbow Dash flies in and tackles Queen Twilight Sparkle to the ground as both ponies tumble across the stony street pavement of Canterlot. Manic stands in front of the blast, shielding Pinkie Pie.
No, Manic!
I love you, Double P! Kaboom! Thanks to Rainbow Dash, the blast's trajectory was slightly off. The blast hit 5 yards in front of Manic. Huh? What? I'm alive?
Oh, Manic! You jumped in front of that blast for me.
Of course I did. I love you.
I love you too, Manic. Thank you for being the greatest guy ever.
Meanwhile, Sonic, Silver, and Knuckles are all in their super forms fighting Super King Sombra.
Didn't you try the strategy the last time we fought?
He's right. We won't be able to beat him like this.
It's the best we can do considering Twilight has once again fallen under King Sombra's control.
I'll start off with a head-on attack. You two jump in when the time is right and ambush him. Just make sure you two hit him with everything you have. Got it? It's worth a shot, Sylvie. Here goes nothing. Silver rockets towards King Sombra. King Sombra teleports away and reappears next to Sonic. King Sombra blasts Sonic in the head with the hoof punch, which sends Sonic flying through multiple buildings. Ah! Super Knuckles attacks King Sombra with the flurry of punches and sends Super King Sombra reeling. Silver rushes in and blasts King Sombra with an energy blast. Silver lands on the ground next to Knuckles. Nice work, Knuckles.
You too with that energy blast. Is Sonic going to be okay?
Yeah, he should be okay. I'm more worried about Shadow. He's very much alive, but his power is fading fast. The dark form is taking a ton of energy away from him, and very quickly too, I might add.
I wonder how the girls are doing against Twilight. There are a lot of fireworks coming from where they're fighting.
Sonic returns. I wouldn't worry too much about them. If we kill King Sombra, then the spell on Twilight will be broken. Come on, guys, let's surround King Sombra and hit him with everything we've got. The smoke clears away from the area in which King Sombra was laying. To our hero's shock, King Sombra has disappeared.
Where did he go? Do you think Silver's blast was enough to kill him?
No, considering it wasn't during the first battle we had with him in the Crystal Empire. Be on your guard, I can still sense him. He's teleporting continuously, so he can't sense where he is exactly. My guess he'll be showing himself soon. Dark Shadow laughs.
I know exactly where he is, and not to worry, I'll handle him myself. Yeah, because you did such a great job at handling him earlier.
Shadow, you can't beat him now. Your body isn't going to hold your dark form for much longer. You needed to finish him quickly. Instead, you chose to toy around with him. I've experienced this dark form for myself. I tried to warn you about its limitations, and yet you didn't listen to me.
Unlike you, Sonic, I don't have limitations. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a kingdom to save.
Dark Shadow attempts to power up, but instead transforms back into his normal state. And what were you saying about not having limitations?
Oh, what a waste!
I tried to warn you, but you refused to listen to me. Another drawback to our dark form is that it makes you more arrogant than you already are.
So how are we going to beat King Sombra now? Sonic!
Super Knuckles quickly rushes in and tackles Super Sonic to the ground as an energy blast rockets past them and explodes.
Ah, thanks, Knuckles.
He's back. Super King Sombra lands on the ground and laughs.
Sombra! I promise you I'm going to make you pay for what you've done to my princess! And how do you figure that, when you've all clearly lost whatever extra power you had? Not to worry, Hedgehog, after I kill you, you can rest easy knowing that I'm taking care of my queen. She is amazing on every level.
Shadow getting incredibly angry and powers up.
Ah! Die, Sombra!
Shadow flies straight at King Sombra. Shadow, stop! King Sombra smiles as he uses his telekinetic powers to free Shadow in place.
Pathetic that Twilight was ever in love with such an inferior rodent as you. But don't worry, Shadow. I'll make this quick on you.
King Sombra charges at Shadow with his horn, getting ready to stab him. Just as King Sombra was going to stab Shadow, Sunset Shimmer rushes in and kicks King Sombra in the side of the head. King Sombra wasn't affected physically by the attack. However, it was enough to release Shadow from King Sombra's telekinetic hold. Sunset Shimmer checks on Shadow. Shadow?
Get out of here now, Sunset! I don't want you to be killed!
Nice save. Thanks, Sunset.
Maybe you really are changing.
I am. At least I'm attempting to.
Sunset, I appreciate you saving my life, but you need to get away from here. Please go and help the girls fight Twilight. They need you more than we do.
My fight is next to you, Shadow. I love you.
I'm sorry, Sunset, but I love Twilight. Somehow, someway, I'm going to find a way to bring her back.
Then maybe you should go to where she's fighting her friends. Twilight is very lucky to have you, Shadow. I know your love can save her. She needs you. Sunset Shimmer uses her magic and teleports to an unknown location.
Go, Shadow! Sunset Shimmer is right! Twilight is the key to saving us all. If you can make her feel love again, there's a chance we'll be able to use the Harmony Chaos Cannon on King Sombra. And what if I can't? What if I fail again?
You have to try, Shadow. If you don't, then failure is inevitable. No matter what we do, we won't beat King Sombra without Twilight. We're the only one who can get through to her. Sometimes fighting isn't what's needed to save a planet.
There's just one problem with your plan. I'm not going to allow Shadow the chance to see Twilight.
King Sombra charges at Shadow with his horn again. Sonic quickly rushes to save Shadow. Sonic delivers a kick to Super King Sombra's head, sending him flying through a building.
Knuckles, let's light him up.
Knuckles and Silver begin blasting King Sombra with multiple energy blasts, allowing Shadow to leave for Twilight.
Thanks, Sonic.
No problem, Shadow. We'll try and hold him off as long as we can. You're our last hope. Good luck. Sonic flies off to help Knuckles and Silver with King Sombra. Shadow, with no energy left, has no other option but to run to where Twilight is. Meanwhile, a bloody Rainbow Dash stands defiant. You're kidding, right? You know deep down you're no match for me, Rainbow Dash. If I were you, I'd just surrender.
I hope you're prepared to kill me, Twilight, because I will never surrender to you or King Sombra again.
Very well, you've made your choice. Queen Twilight teleports in front of Rainbow Dash and kicks her on the right side of her jaw. Rainbow Dash hits the ground. Rainbow Dash lying on the ground. Rarity rushes over and stands in front of Rainbow Dash. Twilight, please, darling, please stop this attack on us. We love you so much. If you'd only remember how much you love us. King Sombra is using you, and when he no longer needs you, he will kill you. I've already told you before, that part of me is dead. I was forced to marry King Sombra in the hopes that my so-called friends would save me. But let's be truthful, shall we? No one can beat King Sombra. Shadow arrives.
That's not true, Twilight.
Shadow? Shadow walks over to Queen Twilight.
Twilight, please, I need you to listen to what I have to say. You're wrong when you say there's no pony alive in existence who can beat King Sombra.
It's true, Shadow. I agreed to marry King Sombra knowing that if I did, his spell would once again take over me and I wouldn't be able to fight it off. I did this because he caught me attempting to steal the Chaos Emeralds from him, and he threatened to kill me unless I agreed to marry him. So I did, to save my own life. I put my faith in all of you to beat him, and as far as I can see, you've all failed.
You're the one who can beat him, Twilight. You're the only one alive who can harness the power of the Harmony Chaos Cannon, a weapon that will surely bring King Sombra's demise. Equestria needs you. They need you to be the Princess of Friendship. You've already proven once that you're powerful enough to fight King Sombra's magic upon you.
That was a week ago. When I agreed to marry King Sombra to save my life, I became magically sealed to him for life. That's how marriage works in Equestria, and because of that, the spell he had on me intensified and became permanent. I can no longer fight his magic with my own. I'm sorry, Shadow. Shadow gets down on one knee.
Twilight, I love you. I love you more than anything or anyone who's ever been a part of my life. I need you to come back to me. I will fight to the death for you, even if it means being killed by you. It's a fate that I will gladly accept, because this, me begging on my knees, pleading with you to fight, to remember everything that made you the princess you once were, is the only way to save you in Equestria now. Twilight, I love you, and no matter what happens, you'll always be my princess.
Shadow stands and kisses Queen Twilight Sparkle. Queen Twilight Sparkle begins to cry. Even after everything I've done since being under his spell and marrying him, you still love me, Shadow? Why?
Love, Twilight. It's the only explanation I have. I can't make this decision for you, but you said you put faith in all of us to save you. I just gave you what you needed to do so. It's your choice to save yourself and Equestria. I love you, Princess Twilight Sparkle, for as long as I live.
Queen Twilight Sparkle crying heavy. I love you too, Shadow the Hedgehog. That's the one thing that I've always felt, even under King Sombra's spell. It's true, I did put my faith in my friends to save me, when in reality, it was always my responsibility to save myself. Queen Twilight walks a couple of steps to stand in the middle of all of her friends.
Does this mean what I think it does, Twilight?
It's time I end this once and for all. Girls, get into formation. We've got a kingdom to save.
Yes! Come on, ladies! Let's fire up the elements of harmony!
I'd stand back if I were you, Shadow. Shadow clears the area as the harnesses of harmony surround Queen Twilight. The elements of harmony begin powering up. The rainbow beam shoots through all the elements of harmony. Queen Twilight raises her head up, exposing her element of magic, which was on top of her head. Fire the beam, AJ. But Twilight, I promise I'll be fine. Applejack fires the rainbow beam from her element of honesty. The beam hits Queen Twilight Sparkle and her element of magic, Crown. Queen Twilight Sparkle is turned to stone.
Oh no! We turned Twilight into stone!
I don't understand!
It was the evil inside of Twilight. Even though she chose to help us, the elements still turned her to stone because of the evil it sensed inside her. What have we done?
The element of magic crown on top of Princess Twilight Sparkle's head begins to shine violently. What in tarnation is going on now? All the fighting stops in Canterlot as all eyes are on the bright light of the element of magic.
No, it's not possible!
Celestia, what is going on, my sister? I can't believe it, Luna. They saved Twilight with the elements of harmony. Twilight, the princess of friendship, has returned. The elements have cleansed her. King Sombra's spell upon her is no more. It's the end of King Sombra, my sister. I only hope Twilight can yield the Harmony Chaos Cannon without destroying us all. Shadow in shock.
Twilight! Please be alright, my love.
The bright light reaches its apex as the stone around Twilight shatters to pieces. Princess Twilight Sparkle has returned and stands with a determined look on her face. Twilight's crown, the element of magic, is still glowing with power.
Twilight, is it really you?
Yes, Rainbow Dash, the Princess of Friendship is back, and I will have my revenge upon King Sombra. Twilight uses her magic and disappears. She reappears where Sonic, Silver, and Knuckles are fighting Super King Sombra. Twilight! This is the end for you, King Sombra. I will have my revenge upon you for killing my brother, turning me against my friends and all those who I love, and for all the disharmony you've put Equestria through. I promise I will eradicate you, along with your spirit, so you'll never return again. Silver, Knuckles, release the Chaos Emeralds and give them to Twilight now! Sonic turns back to his normal state as he releases his Chaos Emerald from his body. Sonic throws the Chaos Emerald to Twilight. Silver and Knuckles quickly follow Sonic's lead. Twilight now has 3 Chaos Emeralds in her possession.
Oh, you dare betray me, Twilight!
Chaos Control! Twilight begins to absorb the power of the 3 Chaos Emeralds. Twilight begins her transformation into Super Twilight Sparkle. An enormous light engulfs Princess Twilight Sparkle as all of Equestria begins shaking. Manhattan. The ground begins shaking from Twilight's power at the Wonderbolt's triage unit. What do you suppose is causing this earthquake? That's what's causing this. That huge light is coming from Canterlot. I sense an enormous power coming from it. Well, whoever it's coming from, I can assure you the Chaos Emeralds are involved. Let's just hope it's from some pony on our side. Back in Canterlot.
Twilight! No, I've never felt anything like this, Sonic. She's even more powerful than King Sombra.
This is incredible. King Sombra is finished. You did it, Shadow. You brought Twilight back.
No, she chose to come back on her own. I just had to remind her how much I love her.
Twilight's transformation can be seen from outer space as she completes her transformation into Super Twilight Sparkle. She's done it, Luna. She's completed her transformation, and now we can only hope that she doesn't destroy us all. This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen, Celestia. The power I sense from her is overwhelming. It's ironic that the Harmony Chaos Cannon, a weapon we tried so hard to keep concealed, is now our only option. And now, King Sombra, it's time for you to pay for all the horrible things you've done to Equestria. Your reign ends now.
You think a fancy transformation is enough to beat me? You only absorbed 3 Chaos Emeralds. I still have 4.
Twilight teleports up to King Sombra and punches him in the abdomen so hard she knocks all 4 Chaos Emeralds out of his body. Man. After all the hard work we put into fighting him, she takes him down with one punch.
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Twilight is using her magic to telekinetically hold King Sombra in the air. It's not just 3 Chaos Emeralds I've absorbed. It's also the power of the elements of harmony. And it's time to finish you, Sombra. This is for my brother, Shining Armor.
No, Twilight.
Goodbye, Sombra. Super Twilight uses her magic and telekinetically throws King Sombra higher into the sky.
Oh, Twilight!
Harmony, Chaos Cannon, Fire!
No! No!
Twilight is hovering in the air and is breathing heavy as she used all her energy during that blast.
We did it, Shadow.
Twilight faints from exhaustion as she falls from the sky. Twilight turns back to her normal form as the Chaos Emeralds have been released from her body. Shadow, with what little energy he has left, flies up and catches a fatigued Princess Twilight Sparkle. Shadow lays Twilight down. Is she gonna be alright, Shadow?
Yes, she's fine, Sonic. She passed out from exhaustion. She put everything she had into that blast.
Shadow? Shadow embraces Twilight.
You did it, Twilight. You killed King Sombra and saved Equestria.
I'm sorry for marrying him. It was the only way to prevent him from killing me. I knew you'd save me, Shadow. I love you. I love you so much, Shadow. Shadow embracing Twilight.
I love you too, Twilight.
Is every pony and Hedgehog ready to party?
Why, yes, Pinkie Pie. I believe every pony and Mobian is.